USA. We are ready to roll.
Roaring over. Beautiful night for some football. Skying to the rim.
Joey Logano steps into history. A lot of stars for you on Sunday Night Football.
NBC Sports, celebrating its 20th season of Sunday Night Football, welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
The following programming is EI, educational and informative.
And I'm Elizabeth. Elizabeth and I are best friends. We do a lot together. Elizabeth is so fun to do things with because she's so goofy and totally out of it sometimes. And she just keeps us on our toes. Hello. Hello there. She's smart and she's just a lot of fun to be around.
Yes, I know. Thank you.
Disco Dog.
Margaret and I like to go to the Science Museum of Minnesota. It's cool because you actually get to do stuff. You learn about real things by playing around.
Welcome to the wonderful world of science.
The museum even has its own mini golf course. At each hole, you find out how rivers work and how they change the land. Oh, yeah. As we played, we had a lot of questions.
We gather the information for the experiment.
Hole 7 shows how a river meanders. A meander is a curve or bend in a river. Why is this river so curvy anyways? Maybe it's because of the way the sand is in there. As this river snakes from side to side, it shapes a new path with sediment and time. So the rivers are always taking sand from one place and putting it somewhere else. Oh my gosh! Wow, you're bad at this. I am not. Look at how the water carries the sand. At another hole, we found a model that shows how rivers carry sand and gravel and deposit them in the sea. When you change the sea level, the sediment piles up in layers. I wonder if we can find a real one of these. Yeah, I wonder if we'll be able to see the layers as clearly. We got confused by hole 8. I didn't realize this hole was a dam because it doesn't have any water over it. It said it was a dam and that structures built underneath are used to control how rivers flow. We used a bucket of balls to see what water would do going over this dam. These are the wing dams. Wing dams funnel debris and keep it from collecting.
Amazing!
I know where there's a real dam that we can check out later. Okay. Come on, Liz, you've hit the ball 12 times. That was the worst shot ever. The game got us wondering how rivers work for real. We want to find out what rivers do to the land. What's that? Our caddy. Oh, cool. Ready? Yeah. Let's go. We'll check out a real river, sediment layer, and dam to see how water affects the Earth's surface.
I'm Amir.
And I'm Claire.
The problem?
Too many stinky bus fumes near our schools.
Here's a white sock, and here's a sock that's been on a school bus diesel tailpipe for 6 minutes.
Ew! Stinky bus fumes contain 4-nitro, I can't even pronounce that. Bis-2-ether. It has a number in it.
Yikes.
That can't be good. Cyanide? Formaldehyde?
Free riding, free riding, free riding.
Bus exhaust near schools can be bad for your health.
So we decided to do something about it.
First we thought about fuel cells, but the technology doesn't exist yet.
Then we thought of not using the buses and having parents drive their kids to school, but that might cause an even bigger problem.
Then we thought of some ideas that really worked.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom will return on MeTV.
Most of you know how important my faith and staying healthy are for me. I feel God has given us these incredible bodies, and it's up to us to take care of them so we can do what God has put us on this earth to do. That's why I rely on Vinia, the red grape circulation superfood for better blood flow that has personally transformed my life over the past few years.
Vinia is the top-selling circulation superfood with Piceid resveratrol, shown in a clinical trial to increase the dilation of your arteries. This dilation increases blood flow and delivers oxygen and essential nutrients to your brain and heart to give you the physical energy and mental alertness you want. For about $1 a day, you too can experience Vinia capsules' proven result.
Vinia gives me the sustained energy and clear thinking I need to stay razor sharp when it counts, whether that's during a live interview with a world leader or when I'm analyzing breaking news with limited preparation time. Most importantly, Vinia is giving me the added energy I need to be a good servant to God and help spread the gospel around the world.
Boost your blood flow with Vinia Superfood Chews, capsules, coffee, and teas. Plus, we'll give you 1 month free when you order 2. We'll include free shipping and a free variety pack of our functional teas.
Here's the best news. Your order of Vinia comes with a 90-day risk-free trial. Now, this means if you don't feel more physical energy or more mental alertness, my friends at Vinia will refund every penny, no questions asked. I really think that if you try Vinia, you will love it as much as I do, because when you improve your blood flow, you improve your quality of life and your service to God. Be sure to check it out. You will not regret it.
To receive over $40 in free gifts, go online or call 800-588-4170. That's 800-588-4170.
We now return to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom on MeTV.
First, we'll canoe down the Cannon River to see how and why it curves like the Museum River. Look at all that, Liz.
What?
Here's a meander right here. It's
Look
nice
how
curve.
it's curving, so it makes a meander.
We took pictures to record what we saw.
Look how it's like a cliff right there.
On the left side.
On the left, and then to the right, it's like flat land.
I wonder if the high cliff pushed the river to the right.
Maybe.
At the museum, the water moved the sand from one part of the model river to another.
There goes the boat. Meandering.
Look it, on the inside of the meander, there's a ton of gravel deposited.
Yeah, you're right.
On the outside, there's not half as much.
They go through the trees. It's funny how all the trees kind of like look like they're gonna fall.
Oh my gosh,
look at the bird.
Look at, is that a bald eagle?
I'm not bald. I'm follically challenged.
These are rapids. These are so entirely rapids. Steer clear of the log, Liz. Lizzie! You're gonna hit this, Liz. Oh, that was close.
Those weren't even rapids, I would say. They were just kind of waves. It meanders a lot.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I mean, you don't really notice it until you're actually looking for it.
Because when I was at the Science Museum and we were looking at that river, I was like, whoa, there's not that many meanders in a river.
Yeah, you almost thought they were kind of like exaggerating, but they weren't at all. On the outside of the meanders, the water's moving a lot faster, and so the gravel gets swept away. But on the inside of the curve, yeah, it piles up because it's going a lot slower.
Let's do it.
Now let's go look at sediment layers.
Okay.
Onto the bluffs.
Look at all the different layers. I wonder how they all piled up like this.
I bet it was all underwater once.
And then the river, it carved it out thousands of years later.
The black and white sediment in the museum model show different layers built up over time.
It's kind of cool.
You can almost feel the difference between some of the rocks.
Yeah, they have different textures. Yeah, you're right.
Feel how rough that one is.
That's pretty cool.
Now feel how soft some of these are. I thought it'd be like a rock, maybe that big, but it was...
Yeah, with like layers everywhere. It's really actually pretty when you see it, and you don't think that just nature could do that. You think that somebody had to have made it, but then you understand that nature actually did do it.
Gives you a whole new point of view on nature.
We have one more stop. Let's move on.
We headed to a real dam to look for what we saw at the museum.
At this dam, some of the water goes to the power plant. Some goes over the dam, and some goes to the lock. The stuff that controls the river is all underwater.
My favorite part at the Science Museum at the mini golf course was probably the dam one, because it was, of course, interesting to see what was under the dam and then go see the real dam. And I didn't really picture it to look like that after seeing the one at the Science Museum. But it was really cool because it looked like a waterfall. It didn't even look like it was being, like, controlled and stuff. It looked kind of natural.
Then we visited the lock at the dam. Since boats can't go over the dam, they use the lock. The water level changes to bring the boat up or down.
Up and down. Up and down.
It's like an elevator. It really is going up and down. Oh, wow, cool. We had a few questions.
Can you take, like, canoes through here, or do they tip?
People come through with their canoes.
It's cool how you guys open for things as big as barges to as little as kayaks and canoes.
Yes, and we can take them through at the same time. We can take the barges through and the small boats through at the same time.
How many gallons of water is, like, lifted?
It takes about 8 million gallons each time we fill the lock.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. And we can fill it in 8 minutes.
8
really fast.
minutes?
1 million gallons a minute. That's a ton of water.
So when we control river flow, it changes the way the water cuts against the land.
You know, controlling rivers can actually work to our advantage.
Let's go!
Hi, my name is Nalini Nadkarni, and I'm a forest ecologist. I study epiphytes, plants that grow on other plants. For example, in this forest, mosses grow as epiphytes. Most of what we know about mosses comes from scientists who have studied them with their feet on the ground. I wanted to know what's going on with the mosses that live up there, up high in the treetops, in the canopy. So my problem was how to get from down here on the ground to up there in the canopy. The Mastercaster.
What?
A Mastercaster is a device that I invented to get this line up into the tree, aim, fire. Ooh, missed it, darn. That never happens. Yes, and I got it. Now I just have to pull up on this other side, and up we go.
Here we go!
Safety helmet, climbing harness. So we got carabiners, these guys. These are called ascenders. They go up the rope but not down. Now we're really ready to go. This is the kind of science I like. You know, when I was a kid growing up in Maryland, one of my favorite things to do after school was to climb trees. I was always up in the trees. I'd read books up there. I always felt like it was sort of my own little private world. So I decided to study forest ecology. And as I got into it more, I realized that the one part of the forest that people really hadn't investigated was the forest canopy. The canopy is, well, it's where the trees meet the sky. It's that part of the forest that occurs high above the forest floor. There's a whole bunch of different species and kinds of plants and animals that only live in the canopy. They spend their entire lives up there. The canopy is really where sunlight energy is captured and stored. So it's really the powerhouse of the forest. You know, I've learned a lot about the canopy, but I also know there's a lot left to discover and a lot more trees to climb.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom will return on MeTV.
Being an NFL player demands knowledge, preparation, and skill. Protecting them demands the most cutting-edge helmet technology. The NFL drives innovation through testing, data, and collaboration with helmet manufacturers, with more position-specific models tailored to player roles, and 3D scanning for custom fits to enhance protection and performance, leading to last season having the lowest number of concussions on record. Before any helmet goes on, safety goes in.
We now return to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom on MeTV.
How many lightning strikes happen every second? 10, 100, 1,000. 100.
And we're hanging out here at the Guadalupe and Pomo Sand Dunes by San Luis Obispo, California.
We don't know how these dunes got here, but we sure know that they're great for dune diving.
But not all sand dunes are alike. Some are tall, smooth, and clear of obstacles, perfect for diving, while others have different shapes and lots of plants, bad for diving.
Ow!
And that got us thinking, why are some dunes covered with plants and others aren't?
Yeah, what makes them so different?
My mom works at the Dune Center, where we did some research and found out that dunes are constantly shifting over time. In some cases, dunes move as much as 10 feet in just a few days. In other situations, a dune will stay pretty much the same for years. At the Dune Center, we noticed that there are 3 kinds of dunes in the Guadalupe-Nipomo Reserve. First, there are the dunes right next to the ocean. These are called the foredunes. Then, further inland, there are the dune scrub areas, and these big active dunes. We're going to compare these 3 main dune areas to see why their dunes are so different. We will estimate the size of each dune, count the plants growing on a randomly selected 10-foot section using this rope. Look for signs of animals and insect life, and finally, measure the moisture in the sand.
Well, here's the ocean.
Okay, let's go look for the foredunes.
Okay.
The foredunes are located right next to the ocean and generally feature plants growing on the sides facing the ocean with what's called a sand shadow behind them. This is the one.
Yeah?
First, we estimate the height. With Alejandra right next to the dune, I can get a rough guess as to how many Alejandras high the dune is.
There's about 2 of you.
Okay.
So that's 10 feet 4.
Next, we check the soil's moisture content.
2.4.
Okay. Then we put our 10-foot rope down and count every plant that touches the rope.
So 1, 2.
It's a random sample that will represent the entire dune's vegetation.
4, 5, 6.
Let's take some pictures so we can identify them when we get home. Finally, we check for animal tracks and droppings.
I see some tracks over here. Maybe it's a coyote or something.
Yeah,
look, the tracks
all the way over there.
Yeah, the tracks go all the way up to the other dunes. What do you think these ones are? They're just 2 holes, one after another.
What do you think?
Oh, look, it's like a little mouse. See the print right there?
Yeah?
Well, let's see here. It's just over 10 feet high. There's 2.4% moisture. We're really close to the ocean, and we saw tons of animal tracks. What do you think that means?
I don't know, maybe there's a lot more things to eat closer to the ocean.
Yeah, like insects and stuff that comes up from the ocean?
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next one.
Our next area is the dune scrub. These dunes are thick with plants and are located 2.5 long, hot, sandy miles from the ocean. Oh, finally. There's a dune scrub right there. Yeah. First, we estimate the height of the dune. I think there's 6 of you, 32 feet. Next, we check the moisture content in the sand. 1.8. 1.8%? Yep. Okay. Then we measure the amount of plants. Do you want to just lay it down? There's 14 plants. Finally, we look for animal tracks and droppings. Look at this, it's like a hole. That looks big enough for a kangaroo rat, probably. Now it's on to our final dune, the active dune. We found one right next to the dune scrub, but for how close the two are, they couldn't be any more different. That's the biggest active dune we've seen all day. Let's test that one. Okay. The active dune was the biggest. There's 8 of you. Driest. 1.1. That's the lowest that we had all day. Yeah. And least vegetated dune of all. There's no plants. There's nothing here but, like, sand. I don't see any animal tracks anywhere. It's just, like, nothing. Let's head back to the beach and check out our results. Okay, let's go. Back on the beach, we decided to make a graph comparing the moisture levels and amount of plants in each dune. We found that the active dune had the least moisture and vegetation, and that the dune scrub and foredunes both had higher moisture levels to go with their rich plant population, which may even help their overall stability. Well, I noticed that when we were on the active dune, all of the sand just sunk in under us. Maybe more moisture equals more plants equals more stability. We also found it interesting that although the foredune had the highest moisture content, the dune scrub actually had more plants. What do you think that is? Well, we did see the most animal tracks on the foredunes. Maybe the animals are eating the plants.
Well, the foredunes are closest to the ocean, so maybe the strong winds are making it hard for the plants to grow.
Well, the active dunes with no plants make it perfect for dune diving. Do you want to go do some more?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom will return on MeTV.
iShine FYI.
Hey, aren't you one of the eyeshiners? Aren't you one of God's greatest creations? No, I'm not anything special. Of course you are. Yeah, right. I don't sing or play or anything. I'm just a kid. No, you're way more than a kid. You don't even know me. Yeah, but I know who created you, and that makes you special and amazing. You think I'm amazing? Amazingly awesome. No, you're amazing. You have a CD. You're on a TV show. That may be true, but that's not what makes me amazing. See, you admit you're amazing. You are too. God made us each unique and are special in our own ways. So we're the same. That means I'm kind of like an eyeshiner too? Mm-hmm. God loves us the same amount. So let me get this straight. If you shine and we're the same, that means I shine? Exactly.
Stay connected with everything iShine at iShineLive.com.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
We now return to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom on MeTV.
The average student spends 180 hours per year riding the school bus. In terms of reducing bus emissions, we had some pretty simple ideas. One of them was just to turn off the engine. Another one was to park buses in a way that diesel exhaust doesn't get sucked into schools.
The Sierra Club had invited us to testify at the Senate committee hearing on the school bus diesel bill.
And we convinced state lawmakers to passing a law to reduce bus idling in front of schools and to relocate air intake vents away from bus parking zones.
Since I was younger than most people working on it, some people didn't really think that I could help, but I learned that anybody can do anything if you put your mind to it.
We showed that students definitely do have the power to make a difference, and they should go out there and try to make a change if they believe they can.
the 95 World Series, the Breeders' Cup, Super Bowl 30, the NBA Finals, the Olympic Games, all on America's sports leader, NBC.
NBC Sports, celebrating its 20th season of Sunday Night Football. Thank you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
This program has been produced by the Baseball Network in association with NBC Sports.